This is the Louie T Network.
Man, I love some football. Man, I love some football. My favorite week is week 1, cause I'm watching football. First comes the preseason, and I don't take a day off. And then it gets even better when your team makes the playoffs. 32 teams go hard for one thing. They work for one thing. That Super Bowl ring. 32 teams go hard for one thing. They work for one thing. That Super Bowl ring. We in the lab room.
Louie T, welcome. You are in the lab room. Of course, I am your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Week number 9 in the National Football League. Miami Dolphins at home taking on the San Diego Superchargers in a matchup that I thought was going to be way more competitive than what it was. Remember, this Dolphins team found a way to beat this Chargers team last year in this very same game, and I fell into the trap once again of thinking this is an opportunity for San Diego to get back on track after losing 2 straight after starting the season off 5-1 with 5 consecutive victories. They've fallen off the wagon. They've lost 2 consecutive games, but they were tough divisional games, so you thought, okay, here's an opportunity. Dolphins, albeit on the road against a Dolphins team that's playing some pretty good football of their own. This Dolphins team struggled offensively last week against Jacksonville. You're thinking, all right, maybe we can go in here, force them to make a mistake or two. Offense gets back on track. We can come out of Miami with a W. That's what I was thinking. That's what the Chargers were thinking. Dolphins, they had another idea altogether. Let's jump into this quickly. After the Chargers moved the football with conversions on 3rd downs to Malcolm Floyd. A couple of 3rd down catches by Malcolm Floyd to move the sticks on his opening possession for the Chargers. They get all the way inside the Dolphins' 20-yard line, and then they get greedy. And there's some instances where, you know, I'm a big, huge believer in scare money don't make money. And so sometimes you got to kiss the dice, roll them, and hope they don't come up snake eyes. But this wasn't that type of opportunity. I felt like it's early in the game. You've converted some 3rd downs. You've moved the football. Why not take the points here, man? You're on the road. You need to just settle in. Don't give the Dolphins any momentum early. You moved the football down the field. You came up short. Take the points here. This isn't the time to roll the dice. I thought Mike McCoy got a little greedy. It backfired in a major way. They don't pick it up. And not only do they not pick it up, the Dolphins take that football and move it right down the field with the momentum they gained on that 4th down stop. Tannehill, 6 of 6. This is reminiscent of how he started that Bears game where he was just razor sharp. And 6 of 6, 63 yards, including a 6-yard Charles Clay touchdown. It's 7-0. Dolphins on top as we go to the 2nd quarter. Rivers short on a 3rd down. Sometimes you got to know when to sell out. And I thought Phillip Rivers right here was being soft. And you know, I don't think Phillip Rivers is a soft guy. I talked about earlier in the season, if I'm going into a dark alley and I'm taking one quarterback in this league with me, probably taking my man Philly. But on this particular play, it's 3rd and about 4. Phillip, you know, he's got 2 left feet. I understand. You see some defenders coming. You get a little nervous. This isn't the time, though, to slide feet first and give yourself up. I need you to sell out for the good of the team. You were 1 yard away from the 1st down. How about you give me a head first down? Get that 1st down, man. Your team needs you right here. I need you to pick up this 1st down. Instead, he went soft. He slid with his feet first. Fell short of the 1st down. They got to punt the football, and the Dolphins were hot at this point. So Dolphins say, hey, man, I appreciate the favor, man. Appreciate that, Phils, for not diving out and selling out and getting the 1st down. we'll take the football. They move, they break down the field. Tannehill's running, read option. He's pulling it out. He's doing what he needs to do. He's throwing the football effectively. Sets up a Lamar Miller 2-yard touchdown just like that. It's 14-0. Dolphins on top. I'm saying, hey, San Diego, stop the bleeding right now, man. I'm telling you right now, this Dolphins team playing with a lot of confidence. Go ahead, get the peroxide out, pour it down there. Go ahead, put that Neosporin on, put the Band-Aid on. Stop the bleeding while you have a chance. And so, Rivers pressured and throws an interception to Rashad Jones. And this was like immediately after they got the football back. I'm like, man, I asked you to stop the bleeding. You started hemorrhaging it. And it just got worse. You're like a hemophiliac. After that play, I knew where this was going. I could have stopped taking notes at that point, but I didn't because I said, it's Phillip Rivers. It's the Chargers. This can't be it. This can't be where this game is headed to this early, but I looked into the eyes of this team. I scanned the field. I looked for that one guy to say, hey, we're not dead yet. I was looking around the field for that one dude. I didn't see it. I didn't see a team that was willing to fight in this game. And the scariest part is, I don't know who these guys are anymore. I don't know these dudes. Who are you guys? No, seriously, who are you? I felt like I was staring at a stranger. These aren't the same Chargers that at the beginning of the year, myself and everyone else around the league felt like was the best team in all of football. Remember that 5-game winning streak, including a win over the then undefeated Super Bowl defending champions? Remember that? These guys look like a shell of themselves. As a matter of fact, I don't know these guys. That 5-game winning streak looks so far away and so long ago that I forgot what kind of football they were playing in. Because in the last 3 weeks, they went from not only a contender in that division, but hell, a AFC contender to, are you making the playoffs? Do you want to make the playoffs? I mean, are you serious about, because right now, Kansas City looks like a better option than you right now. And it's funny because, remember we used to say that the Chargers were good for, you know, some early season shenanigans, late season they turn it up. Well, this year was the opposite. You were like, oh, wow. Phillip Rivers said, hey, what we wanted to do was we wanted to come out and make sure that we weren't doing the whole late season turn it up thing. We wanted to start from the jump. Well, that's what they did. But this time, they're falling flat on their face at the midpoint of the season. Now, it's not too late to turn this thing around, but to go into your bye week with a dud like this, it stinks. And when I looked at this team midway through the second quarter, I said, I don't know these dudes. No, seriously, I don't know these guys. I don't know. Remember we were talking MVP for Phillip Rivers? Nope. Nah, not in this game. Not 3 interceptions, Phillip Rivers. Not 12 of 23 Phillip Rivers for 3 interceptions. I don't know that dude. I don't know that guy right there. And so this was hard to stomach here. But enough about the Chargers and their inability to right the ship on this 3-game losing streak. Let's talk about the team that did the dismantling in this game, the Miami Dolphins. They're already up 14-0 after that Rashad Jones interception. Phins take over at the Chargers 31. Tannehill to Damian Williams for 21 yards. The San Diego Chargers defense holds them to a field goal, but it's 17-0 at this point. 60 minutes with a big catch and run sets the Phins up in Bolts territory. They have to settle for another field goal. It's 20-0. They had another opportunity for a field goal before the half, but Caleb Sturgis wasn't able to knock it home, but it's 20-0 at this point. I stopped taking notes. I saw where this was going. And just for good measure, the Chargers came out in the second half, acted as if they wanted to do something, and Dolphins said, hey man, chill out. And so Brett Grimes picks off Phillip Rivers, does it again. Next thing you know, it's 37-0. That's your final score in this game. I applaud, golf clap for CBS for taking me away from this nonsense and taking me to some more competitive football, because this game was out of control and the Chargers had absolutely no intentions of saving us and making this game competitive on this particular day. And so 37-0 Dolphins win. To me, a statement game made by the Dolphins. And this is definitely their signature win of the season. This is a Dolphins team playing with an abundance of confidence. And keep in mind, they're 5-3 on the season. They're right there in this AFC East. Keep in mind also, they already have a W over the big bad New England Patriots. And so this is a team that you got to watch out for. They're right behind the Buffalo Bills. They have lost to the Bills already this season, but they got the Bills later on at their place. So that'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. But they're on a tear right now. If not for an Aaron Rodgers late game special, this is a team riding a 4-game winning streak and sitting at 6-2 right now. Instead, they're 5-3 and playing some red hot football are these Dolphins. And they did to these Chargers what the Chargers did to the Jets not even a month ago. And so, wowzers, how the tables have turned here in the AFC conference is now the Chargers don't look like a team that is going to be in the discussion come the end of the season. And I know it's week 9 and I know it's early to start talking using the P word, but hey, the AFC is ultra competitive this year. Hell, the AFC North, all 4 of the teams in the division, they all got at least 5 wins. So if you're the Chargers, you keep pussyfooting around, dropping games and trying to find a way to pick yourself up off the canvas. At some point, that referee's going to get to the 10 count, start waving his arms, and this fight's going to be over. You better find a way to stop the bleeding. This bye week couldn't have come at a better time. Chargers definitely need it. Hopefully they come off this bye and play better football. But the Dolphins, man, these boys are playing hot football. And it all starts with Ryan Tannehill. I think he's the key. He's the catalyst. He's the guy that's going to get this team to where they want to go. If he continues to play football like this. And remember Kevin Coyle? Remember right around that bye week when you went to London? Remember everybody was calling for the head of Kevin Coyle? What you got to say about the man now? That's why I tell everyone in this league, it's a week-to-week league, man. It's a week-to-week league. And so a month later, Kevin Coyle looks like a genius as this team shuts out the MVP-led San Diego Chargers offense. No points on the scoreboard for those boys. They even sit Phillip Rivers down and bring in their backup quarterback, Kellen Clemens, because he was getting beat up and he was turning the football over, and this game was over. And they knew it, so they took him out of the game. Big win for the Dolphins as they blank the San Diego Chargers 37-0 in week number 9. Go to 5-3 on the season. Keep pace with the Bills in this division and stay about a game and a half behind the Patriots, who currently are giving the Denver Broncos work in week number 9. So huge win for this Dolphins team. Another ugly loss for the San Diego Chargers heading into their bye. They're now 5-4 on the season. Losers of 3 straight. That's going to do it for Dolphins hosting the Bolts. I thank you for joining me here in the Lab Room. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we covered all here in the Lab Room. Thank you for joining me here in week number 9 of the National Football League. I got plenty more games to break down. Come back and join me. I'll see you. Big.